One of the most effective tools a consultant can have when working with their prospects and customers is a way of demonstrating exactly what can happen in their business by making a few minor tweaks or changes in what they're currently doing. Let's take this business, for example, that has 3,000 leads per year coming in. That's 250 leads per month. They have a conversion rate of converting those leads into buying customers of just 25%. That gives them then 750 new customers for the year. Each one of those customers then, on average, buys 3 times during the year. Some will buy less, some will buy more, but on average, they buy 3 times per year, and they spend, on average, $100 on each sale. That gives the business then a $225,000 revenue with a 25% profit margin, yields a $56,250 profit on the new customers that come in based on these 3,000 leads and 25% conversion rate. Now let's take it to another level. Let's look at what would happen if we made a tweak of just 10% in each one of these areas in the first year. Our number of leads goes from 3,000 up to 3,300. That's an increase of 25 leads per month, or 1 lead per day. What would it take for us to generate 1 more lead per day for a business? Well, let's take their existing ad. Could we make their existing ad better? Could we put a headline on it? Could we put testimonials? Could we put a special offer? Could we put a better picture or graphic? Could we make something that would make that ad more compelling? Could we run a second ad? Could we have some other kind of marketing campaign that would generate new leads, perhaps a referral program in that business? Let's say then that we increase our conversion rate from 25% to 27.5%, just 2.5% more. What could we do to increase the conversion rate? Well, our ad, if the ad was better, would that increase the conversion rate? If we changed the way our salespeople or our staff worked with each customer, maybe we had some upsells or we had some things that would increase the conversion rate. That then gives us from 750 up to 908 new customers per year. And let's say that we got them to buy 1 more time every 4 months. That's 3.3 times per year they're buying from us, with an average sales transaction of just $10 more, or $110. What can we do to get them to come back and buy from us more often and spend more money with us? Can we have an upsell program? Can we have a cross-sell? Can we have some type of an incentive for them to buy more? If we did those things, our revenue then goes from $225,000 to $329,423. If our profit margin then increases by 2.5%, if we can find a way to generate better profit margins, in other words, can we go back and negotiate some of the things that we're paying for, or could we shop around and get a better price on what we're doing? Our profit margin goes from $56,250 to $90,591. That's a significant difference by just making a few minor tweaks, only 10% increase. Let's look at another situation. What if we carried this on for year 2? Now, year 2, again, we're having a 10% increase over the previous year. Number of leads was 3,630. Remember, we're getting better at what we're doing. Our leads are coming in better because we have more effective ads and we have more effective ways to generate leads. So now we have 3,630 leads. Our conversion rate, we're getting better at what we're doing, is 30%. The number of customers now goes to 1,098. The number of transactions, 3.63 per year. Average sale is now $121. Remember, we're 2 years down the road now from where we are right now. So we're getting better at what we're doing. So some of these things are going to be very easy to do. Our revenue goes to $428,307 with a profit margin of 30.3%. Our profit now goes from $56,250 when we started up to $145,898,000. That's almost a $100,000 increase by making just 10% differences every year. Now let's take a look at the third year. We now have gone to almost 4,000 leads. Our conversion rate is a third, 33.3%. The number of customers we have now are 1,329. And they're buying from us almost 4 times a year. That's every 3 months now instead of every 4 months. They're now spending $133 with us. Maybe we've added some additional products or some additional services that we can offer in there that will help us increase that. The revenue then goes to $706,146. And our profit all the way from $56,250 up to $234,970. a real significant increase. So let's take a look at what that really means. If we look at the annual increase, our revenue has gone up $104,422. That's our revenue. That's the difference between, in year one, $329,423 and $225. In year two, it's gone up another $152,885. And in year three, $839, sorry. The cumulative revenue then has gone up $104,000. That's the difference between $329 and $225. The next year, it's gone up $257,000. That's the difference between $428 and $225. And then over here on the third year, it's gone up $481,000 in additional revenue. That's the difference between $706 and $225. A significant difference. Now, revenues are one thing, but what really counts is the profits. So let's take a look at the increase over year one. We had a $34,341 increase. That's the difference between $90,591 and $56,250. Year two was $55,307 and $89,000. That's the difference between $145 and $56. And year three, $178,000. That's the difference between $234 and $56,000. Now, understand what that really means. The first year, they made a profit of an additional $34,341. The next year, the new profit, they're going to have gained, rather, $89,648 over what they did year one with $56,000. On year three, they've made $178,000 more than what they made in year one, in the first year where they are currently. So you can see this is very significant when you sit down and show a business owner what we can do to make a few minor changes in your business, how it can affect the overall performance of your business, the overall bottom line profits of your business. We've taken this business now from a $56,000 business up to, $225,000 business, up to a $700,000 business. That's a significant increase. That's almost a $500,000 increase in business. Now, if you did this another year and another year and another year, you'd find that it would go up even farther. So this is just one of the tools that our consultants use that help them get in front of a client to show them what they can do and demonstrate what they can do and how easy it is to do these kinds of things and increase their business. Now, remember we talked over here when we talked about increasing the number of leads, increasing the conversion rate, increasing the transactions and the average sale amount. Let me just go back and talk about that for a second. How long would it take to make a tweak in an ad or run another ad or have another marketing campaign? You could do that almost overnight, couldn't you? The conversion rate, how long would it take us to get just 2.5% better? What are we saying to the customer? What are we doing for that customer? What are we doing to make it so compelling to buy from us that they can't say no? All we're looking for is a 2.5% increase. The number of transactions, what if we had some way to get them to come back and see us every 4 months? That's not hard to do. You have a VIP club, you send out emails or whatever, and you can get people to come back and buy from you more often. On the average sale, how long would it take us to put together something that we could generate another $10 in sales from? It wouldn't take very much time at all. You see, almost every one of these things can be done almost overnight. So you can double a business, pretty much double a business from $56,000 to $90,000 almost overnight by just making a couple of tweaks. Now, of course, not all of these are going to be 10%. Some might be 5%. Some might be 15%. Some might be 20%. The overall idea, though, is if we can increase each one of these, just on average, 10%, we're going to almost double our business. It's pretty powerful. And when you sit down with a business owner with this and the other tools that you have, you'll find that it's very, very easy to make a sale out of a prospect and get them to be a buying consulting client.